name is Belen, and I do love to eat, but I love to also eat kind of guilt-free, and I am known for being healthy. And I want to share one of my newest recipes with you. They are no-bake chocolate chip oatmeal raisin cookies, no sugar added. So come on into my kitchen and I'll show you how I do it. For the ingredients, you want to have some quick cook oats that are gluten-free. You want to have some chocolate chips. I have got Lily's chocolate chips sweetened with stevia. They're vegan. We've got some PB2. It is lower fat. Peanut butter. It's really awesome if you like peanut butter. It's only 50 calories per 2 tablespoons. You just add water to it to make it liquidous. Here's xylitol. You can actually use monk fruit if you like monk fruit. I do. It's a very good sweetener as well. All of that's sugar-free. Here's vanilla, my favorite Mexican vanilla, sun-made organic raisins. I choose these because they're not sweetened with sugar. They are just raisins. And then I always use some parchment paper. So I start off just pouring in about 2 cups of quick cook oats, and then I add about 2 to 4 tablespoons of this PB2. It depends on how peanut buttery you like it. And then I add some xylitol, which is actually pretty darn tasty. I add about 2 to 3 tablespoons. It just depends on how sweet that you like it. And then add some vanilla. I ended up adding, when it was all said and done, I added 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then I started with the organic raisins. I literally do it by the handful. So I would say that that is not over a cup of raisins right there. That looks like about 3/4 of a cup, but you can have less or more depending on your raisin crave. And then I just put a little more peanut butter there. See, I eyeball things. That's how I cook. I've got this desperate kitchen where I just desperately get very hungry and I don't want to take the time to measure. And that's part of the joy of cooking for me. And here I'm just adding some water. I started off with 1 cup of water measured, and then I just kept pouring it in, and then I'd stir it up. And if it looked like it was a good oatmeal cookie consistency, which is not going to be really runny and it's not going to be super thick, that's when I stopped. And so I did put a whole cup full of water in there. And then since I felt like it was still a little bit runny, I just started adding in some of the dry ingredients again, like a little bit more oats. And, I even added a little bit, this is where I add the extra vanilla. Anyways, a little bit more ingredients until I felt like it was the right consistency and the right taste. The whole time, I'm not showing you here, but I'm definitely taking little sneaks and I'm tasting it, and I really want it to taste like an oatmeal peanut butter cookie. So I don't stop until I'm satisfied. And that's where I do think that the xylitol does come in handy, or maybe the monk fruit as opposed to the stevia, because the xylitol and the monk fruit just don't have that bitter aftertaste that the stevia does. Now, I am a big stevia fan, but with the cookies, it can come off a little strong. So anyways, you just keep stirring it up good, and then I ended up adding even more chocolate chips to the batter because your girl likes chocolate chips, and who doesn't? Come on now. Anyways, just kept stirring it up, and then I really felt like it was a good consistency. So I got my little ice cream scooper. I use this a lot with baking. And but of course today we're not going to be baking, we're going to be non-baking. And I get this little ice cream scooper and I scoop them out onto the pan. You don't have to use these. You could also scoop them out with a spoon and level it off with your finger. But this makes it a nice even consistency. Looks a little pretty. I was actually thinking this would be pretty cool if you put them in little molds too and then put them in the freezer. I thought that would be pretty cool, and I thought the kids might just like that. They might be more tempted to eat it that way. There you go. So it's really looking good here. I'm just going to taste that a little bit. Tasting good. Anyways, after this, I'm gonna pop them in the freezer, just like this on the parchment paper. You can cover them with saran wrap if you want, but you're gonna have a mess. I wouldn't recommend it. I've actually had a lot of success with putting these parchment lined papers inside of a covered Tupperware, like a big long casserole style Tupperware, and that has frozen very nicely. So I freeze them, and then after I freeze them, I actually take them out of the freezer and I just put them in the refrigerator. And then like for this weekend, I'm gonna have a very like a miniature family reunion. I have a very big family, and I am going to share these with my brother's girlfriend because she is into being healthy, and one of my sisters and my mom's very health conscious. So I'm gonna make sure that the people that I love have something delicious that they will feel hopefully pretty guilt-free about eating. Anyways, I put the cookies in the freezer after I was done putting them on the sheet, and now they've been in there about 30 minutes. They're looking good. I did add some cinnamon on top because the cinnamon does help balance your blood sugar, and I personally like the taste. This is Bubba. He can't eat the cookies. He wishes he could eat the cookies. I hope you liked the video. It's all about trying to find healthy items in your kitchen that are gonna get you satisfied without making you feel guilty and without putting you into unhealthy situations. So I hope that you can take that ingredient list and make it your own. And if you don't have a gluten allergy, by golly, don't use gluten-free oats. But anyways, that's my take on an oatmeal peanut butter chocolate chip raisin cookie, and I hope that you did like it. Please feel free to subscribe. Right, Bubba? Subscribe if you want to see more videos like that. Anyways, it's my pleasure. It's seriously my pleasure to cook for you and to help you out. Be blessed.